Now today, a lot of youngsters, a lot of college students, they want to start investing into the stock market. Now the biggest problem right now is most of them actually rely on news. They rely on trending stocks or they rely on YouTubers to give them advice in terms of which stock to invest in. Now did you know that 1 out of 4 teenagers actually think that making money in the stock market is extremely easy? Not just that, if you see over the last 2 years, the number of millennials who've opened a brokerage account has also gone up. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you in a very simple and easy manner in terms of how to pick stock in less than 3 minutes, how you as an individual can analyze these stocks. So extremely important video. Make sure you do watch the video all the way till the end. And if you do find this particular video useful, you do like it, you do subscribe as well. Now, when you're investing into the stock market, you need to be very clear what your goal is. Are you planning of trading? For example, day trading or short-term trading, or is it a swing trading? Or are you planning of investing your money? So if you're planning of day trading, then this video is not for you. This video we're primarily talking about swing trading and investing. Now, second thing is you need to understand a couple of key points before investing into a stock. The very first thing is the business model of a company. You need to understand which sector the company is involved in. What is the business model of that company? A simple Google research will actually help you understand this. Second is a fundamental analysis. This will help you to understand, is the company generating profit? Are their sales growing? You can use the websites like screener.in. Third is technical analysis. Now, once you understand that the company is actually making profit, you need to also understand, is it a good time to buy this company right now, or should I not invest into it right now and should I wait for it? And the fourth is you need to be aware of the overall news which is currently happening in the market. Now, when I'm talking about news, I don't mean company specific news. I mean the overall generic news. Now, for example, recently the oil price just started going up. Now, because the oil price went up, you need to understand how it impacts the Indian economy. That India, for example, it imports almost 18% of the oil. Now, because the oil price went up, so that means the amount of oil which India imports will be lesser. That means the supply side became lesser. Now, when the supply side becomes lesser, what happens? Supply and demand will not be matching. Because the demand starts going up, a lot of companies which use oil as a byproduct or which use oil to produce other goods and services, their production would have gone down. So it impacts the economy. Also, look at the inflation rate. The inflation rate is almost 7.5%. This also impacts the economy. So a lot of companies which have taken huge amount of debt, which are not a profit-making company right now, these kind of companies will definitely struggle. So you need to have a very clear idea in terms of what is currently happening in the market. And this comes with practice. If you're continuously reading news over a period of time, you kind of understand that what is happening and you're able to connect the dots. Now, let's go through a couple of companies or let's go through a couple of stocks to understand this better. The very first one is TCS. Now, if you do a Google search of TCS, you can clearly understand which sector TCS is involved in. It is an IT-based company which does IT and financial services as well. So you need to be very clear what is the business model of the company. Once you have that understanding, then you come to this website of screener.in. Over here, there are a couple of things which you need to look at. One is the market cap, stock PE ratio, ROCE and ROE. By looking at these things, you can get a very clear idea in terms of how the company is doing and how the stock price is doing. After that, I want you to come to profit and loss. Now, if you do not know what these terms are, I would highly recommend you watch a separate YouTube video to get a very clear idea what each of these terms are. Come to the profit and loss statement. Come to sales section. See if the sales is growing year on year. Has the sale been growing or has it been constant? See the operating profit of the company. Is the operating profit of the company growing? Look at the profit before tax and look at the net profit. Is that growing? TTM means trailing 12 months. So you need to be very clear. Is the company growing fundamentally year on year? Once you have done that, come to the investor section. Over here, see how much stocks is actually held by the promoter of the company. Then look at foreign institutors, domestic institutional investors, government and public. So the public, that means retail investors like you and me, hold less than 5% of TCS. So even if there's a big panicking in the market, the stock price will not be affected massively because we as retail investors, we hold a very small percentage of the company. Now, once the fundamental analysis is done, then you come to technical analysis. Now, this is a chart of TCS. If you see over the last 1.5 years, the company has been going up over here. But recently, if you see, the company did have a resistance around this area. So the stock price went up, came down, again it went up to the same area, again it came down. And right now we are somewhere over here. Will I be investing into this company right now? It depends. If I see from this area, the current price, we have about 7% which can be obtained as profit. Will I look for other opportunities where I can invest my money and get better returns? Yes. If there is no better opportunity, I'll definitely invest over here. Now, will I be investing if the price was somewhere around this area? The answer is no. Why? Because the stock price is actually near the previous resistance. I would rather wait for the stock to crash down. I've also mentioned this previously in my video as well. So definitely technical analysis before investing into any stock is extremely important. You don't want to invest only based on fundamental analysis. Now the second company which I want to show you is Paytm. Now there's a lot of hype in the market that Paytm stock is extremely affordable right now and to invest your money into Paytm. But before doing that, let's actually analyze the stock. Now if you see over here, the company has a market cap of 38,000 crores. It's a large cap company. The ROCE of the company is negative. The ROE of the company is also negative. Look at the profit and loss. The sales definitely has gone up over the last 4 years and 5 years, but 2021 the sale was below what was in 2020. The operating profit of the company consistently been negative. The profit before tax negative. Net profit negative. Also look at the investors of the company. If you see the investors, the public holds about 90%. The foreign institutional investors hold about 10%. Domestic institutional investors hold about 1%. So this is clearly not a healthy way of distribution, because tomorrow if there's any panicking in the market, definitely you will see the stock price just crashing. Now looking at the technical chart of the company. This is the technical chart. From the time company went public, the stock price has been going down. Now just because something is crashing doesn't mean that it will stop from crashing tomorrow. The cheap can become cheaper. Always remember this. Something which was cheap last month, it actually became cheaper even this month. And what it is at price today, there is no guarantee that it will continue to be in the same price. It can become even more cheaper. So just because something is cheap today, don't just jump into it because the people around you are telling you that Paytm is an extremely good buy. So understand that the stock market is not the same how it was 2 years ago. There's a lot of panicking which is happening in the market right now. The economy is not completely stable. The inflation rate is extremely high. There's a lot of issue in the supply chain part. So a lot of companies can get affected. And this is something which you will get to know only by reading more and more news to understand what is happening in the economy. Also, you need to be very sure that you're investing into companies which are generating profit. You want to stay away from companies which are making a huge amount of losses. Because right now, the investors are very careful in terms of where they are investing their money. So I hope you have understood how to pick and analyze a stock in less than 3 minutes. I hope you have understood how to do your own research and find which is the potential stock, which stock to invest in. So if you did find this video useful, do like it, do subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.